Hey guys, back for another episode of Barbells and Banter. So today we unpacked a little bit of goss that's going on in the fitness industry at the moment, a little bit of world goss as well. We talked about the really controversial topic of using Ozempic potentially in natural bodybuilding, and is it considered, are you natty or does it rid you of your natty status? Talked about a couple other training topics, ran through a case study at the end, so get into it and enjoy. Before we do, as always, don't forget to hit the like, share, and follow button depending on what platform you're on. Thanks for your support. Enjoy the episode. So I know you've been living under a box. Are you are you privy?
Nah, just buried
under it. Not even in it. The box is like someone could live in the box. You're under the box, buried in the ground. Have you seen like all the shit? You know, there was like a 2-week war. Did you see that?
Yeah, World War III that went for 14 days.
Yeah, bro, fucking hell.
Yeah.
So I am so fascinated by combat, obviously, as you guys would know. So like I did like a bit of a deep dive into the mission that the US did. I just woke up one day and they're just like, yeah, man, we just like obliterated Iran's nuclear weapons program, and I was just like, what?
Yeah.
So listen. This is fucking crazy, right? Like the precision, the tactical awareness, the flex of military power. It's like I don't think people understand
what just happened.
Yeah, and like who got involved, and no wonder they were like, you know what, probably won't drop any more bombs.
We're all done.
So the operation was called Midnight Hammer, which was targeting nuclear facilities at 3 different sites in Iran. So the mission involved like a series of stealth bombers. So these things are like the best of the best. B-52s, fully stealth, undetectable. Apparently they come up like on a radar as like a fly. These things are like tons.
That's fucking crazy.
And are huge, right? Apparently they have like a living quarters. They have 2 flight crews. They can swap like, you know, there's like a kitchen, you know, whatever. Like not massive one, but enough to like, because they were the
So it's basically a private jet.
A private jet that could level a country, essentially. So there was 2 separate groups of bombers, right? So they sent one over the Pacific Ocean as like a decoy. So they were like, hey, Iranians, look at us. Like, we're going this way. And then another group went right and crossed over Europe, you know, over into Turkey, through into the Middle East. So they had to get refueled 3 times, dude, in air, like before they even got to do the business. So it was a 7,000-mile round trip. I think it worked out to be like 18 hours or some shit one way. So imagine that being in the crew, 36 hours in the plane. So they dropped these bombs that are designed to be GPS like navigated, and they're reinforced with steel around like the center core of the bomb, so that it can penetrate. I think was it like 80 meters of into the ground, and about 40 meters into solid concrete. So that's how they're designed. So they come in at this perfect angle to penetrate the ground, and then they explode underneath, and obviously just fucking nuke, or you know, not nuke, but like you know, explode everything. So when you look at the satellite pictures, there's just these 3 perfect holes, like in where the bombs have come through and just boom, blown everything up underneath.
Fuck.
So on top of that, they put a submarine just off the coast, and they shot Tomahawk missiles to neutralize their air defense weapons. So they have a nuclear submarine that is indetectable. Apparently they reckon that you're more likely to find, I think it's like a broomstick in space than find a nuclear submarine in the sea. Yeah. And then they just launch these Tomahawk missiles off the coast. Bang. So these guys come in, drop. It happened in 20 minutes, bro.
Fuck.
And then they get home. Oh, yeah, we smashed him. That's basically what he's doing.
Jesus Christ.
Like, I don't think people understand just like how, tactically efficient that was.
Mission was,
and just how, just devastating that was, and what they're capable of. Just like, anyway. And they were also like, what do you call it? You know, and like you get other people kind of flying with you. Fuck, what's the word? Anyway, so they had 4th and 5th gen fighter jets, like flying with them. Yeah, like F-22s and F-35s, the best,
just in case,
the best generation fighter jets ever. So if they ever got into a dogfight, they'd just be like, bro, like, turn around, or we're gonna drop you. It's like, this is so fucking cool. And then the next day, I loved how Trump was just like tallying, like he wasn't even like asking them. He's just like, all right, it's over. Like, peace. And then they dropped a few more bombs, and then he's like, hey,
stop it.
Peace.
Yeah.
Peace. Yeah.
Peace or else.
Crazy, man. Yeah. I thought it was fucking fascinating as.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah. I know you don't know anything about anything, so I'm going on to the next topic. I
have one mate that like has a page just about random politics shit.
Yeah.
So that's the only place I get my information because I find it fascinating.
So we're getting taxed for everything? Is that all you see?
Pretty much, yeah.
Like, oh, they found a way to tax the
It's
tax.
more like the cultural stuff. So what's going on over there, and then what's happening here with politically and whatever. Yes, it's interesting.
Yeah. So you obviously aren't privy to this like Liver King, Joe Rogan situation.
No.
So I
feel like social media should have told me about
Liver
this.
King's lost it, bro.
Right.
He's lost it.
Too much.
Like, I think he's who knows? Like, just the videos I was watching, I was like, bro, what's happening?
I saw a video of Mike calling him out the other day.
Well, apparently he's always had it in for Joe because he never let Joe never let him on the podcast.
Yeah.
And Joe always called bullshit from day one. Yeah. So
wasn't it on the Rogan podcast that old mate exposed him?
Yeah, what's his name?
More plates, more dates.
Yeah.
That dude. Yeah.
I can't remember his name. Dale? Well, anyway, whatever. So apparently he's just been making these random videos and calling him out to have a fight. And weird. And he's just like, he was saying that like, there's no need for cameras. Like, people will film it. Like he was saying all this weird shit. Like there's no need for us to bring cameras. Like people will film as they watch. And like it was kind of like a little bit threatening. And he's got these, like his eyes are fucking weird, bro. Like it's like he's got contacts in them or some shit because like one's a different color, the other. Yeah, it's like I was like, bro, you fucking lost it. Like you've had way too much coke. Like it looks fucking bad. So apparently he's made all these like, I guess subliminal threats via social media, and then he's just landed in Austin, Texas, and that's where Joe lives. So then, like, apparently the police were like, called Joe and were like, this dude's here. And then Joe was just like, look, it's a little bit threatening. Like, he's called me out, says he wants to fight, and then he's here. So they arrested him on like a terrorism charge or some shit. Yeah. And so then he got put in the slam. He would, like, obviously he'll get out and shit.
Jesus.
But like, yeah, dude, he's lost it. If you, like, just watch either his social media or, like, one of those, like, fitness news things on YouTube, you'll be able to watch it, dude.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah. He made this, like, he made this T-shirt, and it has, like, Joe's face and his, and it's, like Joe versus him. Has this weird writing on the back. And he's, like, walking around with these gold guns in his house. Like, he's lost it, bro. He's fucking lost it.
Jesus, man.
Yeah.
Do you ever think about Joe's life?
Joe?
Yeah.
I don't think about it, but it's fucking cool.
Yeah, just imagine, like, I often just think
like his
about
whole career,
the downsides now.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I thought you meant his whole career, because, like, he was an actor and, he was a host for a TV show, and he was a comedian, and he's a UFC fucking...
Just imagine
cool as life.
How many and the type of people
apparently
stop him all the time.
Apparently he walks around with a pretty tight-knit security detail, because obviously I looked into it.
Yeah.
So he's got his own, like, Secret Service, which, you're one of the most famous people on the planet, like, as if you're not going to have, like, a tight-knit security crew.
It's a different type of celebrity, though, because it's like...
Yeah, because he's political.
Like, yeah, but even that, like, peak Will Smith, he's he's an actor. It's not him.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, peak Joe Rogan is... You're his friend, because you spend 9 hours a week with listening to him.
Yeah. I reckon, too, though...
Just a different kind of weird.
The influence is pretty crazy too, because like you could argue that he kind of like swayed the election in America. So he was somewhat responsible for the future of the country.
Yeah.
So when you look at it like that, there's people out there that probably hate him more than they'll hate your average celebrity, though.
Yeah, that's
Like,
what I mean. Like,
yeah,
it's just so...
Yeah,
You know him personally. So the weird ones that are fans
yeah, they'll protect
feel
him.
like... But when they see him, they're like, you're my friend.
Mate. Yeah, hey, Joe.
And you're like, bruh. But but not hey, Joe, because you're crazy.
No. It's like hey, Joe.
There's crazy people that are like, yeah. And then the people that hate him are going to be just as crazy on the other side. Whereas, like, if you're a famous actor, it's like, no one fucking wants to fight Will Smith.
Nah.
You know,
well, they probably do.
Except his wife. But
they probably do. I'm pretty sure a lot of people want to fight his wife, to be honest, by the sound of it.
But yeah, it's a weird, it's a new kind of celebrity that I must just be so wild to be.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think once you get all that notoriety, you would have the crazy people coming for you. Man.
I've heard him talk about like having, he got asked on a pod, I think, like just straight up, like, do you think you've had operatives on? And he's like, yeah. He's like, I have feelings about certain people that I think were. He's like, I'm not going to say who they are, but yeah. So he's aware that he's playing at that level, man, that like there's a CIA op coming in to push an agenda and on his, it's crazy, man.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah.
It's terrifying. Yeah, I watch this other podcast too. It's called like the Sean Ryan Show. Mm-hmm. So it's like it's kind of like a military version of Joe's.
Right.
So Joe's like UFC in life, and this guy's like military and
okay,
like
cool,
weird shit.
Yeah,
but it kind of stresses me out a little bit.
I'm out then.
Well,
because I was excited because
I was watching. No, some of it's good, but some of it you got to pick your topics.
I still want to be
man.
stressed.
Yeah, I was watching ones where like, so apparently, these like 16-year-old kids can like hack the weather. So
yeah, I've seen the development shit for that.
So they can send.
No kids were hacking it, but
they
I knew China's making their own weather.
Scientists can send frequencies through clouds.
Yeah,
and that creates a chemical reaction that if a cloud is full of condensation, it will trigger the rain. Apparently, they do it in the Middle East or something as well, so they don't die.
Yeah, yeah.
But like, Kevin, who's 15 years old in his mum's bedroom after jacking off to Pornhub.
He's not the guy you want with that kind of power.
Yeah. He can do it. And I was just like, fuck. Yeah. And apparently you can't do it too much because if you do, it like disrupts, the
whole entire ecosystem
of the
entire world.
I started and I was like, nah. No.
So slightly fitness related.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll save it. Keep going. Go into you.
No. Oh, yeah, okay. Well, so the next one's fitness related. So you haven't watched Mr. Beast, do you? Do you watch Mr. Beast at all?
I went through a phase trying to learn.
Yeah.
I liked his show on Amazon.
The cuts were too
much. The show on Amazon's good.
And the noise every time the cut it got me too.
Yeah.
That means we're old, yeah? That means we're old.
Probably. Well, it's aimed at 14-year-olds.
If we're getting tilted at those things, though, that's got to be like overstimulation because I'm old.
Yeah.
I watched this thing where
I
watched this thing where this guy he's a streamer, he's in his 30s and he's playing COD and he gets wiped and he's just like, there's certain times where you've just got to sit back and just go, you suck. It's time to like put it away. He's just like, these fucking 14-year-olds are just too good now, man.
Yeah.
I fucking felt that. It was pretty funny. So anyway, so the latest Mr. Beast video was like a weight loss one. So I was pretty interested in it. So the bro had to lose 100 pounds.
I did see the thumbnail, actually.
Yeah, and he would have won like 250 grand. So he like lives in this house. Like he's got a personal trainer. Like he's got a gym.
Yep.
Everything and standard procedure. Like if you go outside of the circle, it's over.
Yep.
So he pretty much does it. He's 178 days he's in there for. Mm-hmm. So the fucked up thing, man, is like 80 days in, his fucking personal trainer died, bro. Yeah. Like, and he was like in his 30s, man. Just fucking died. Yeah, I was
Jesus.
like, I don't want to like run his name through the mud or anything, but like, yeah, apparently he just died.
Just stopped.
Well, yeah. Well,
Yeah, got it.
He had substances in his system, but they don't know, like, have you heard of kratom?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's had like they did a toxicology report and he had kratom in his blood or something.
Right.
So he might have just had a bit too much or something. But yeah, he fucking died. So apparently they had to like stop the production for a bit. And then they asked him if he wanted to keep going, and he was like, yeah. And then they asked the family if they could use the footage, of course, because it's halfway through it and it's not, So apparently that happened back in February. And he fucking crushed it, man. He lost what did he lose? Oh, I don't have it here, but he lost a heap and he won a heap of money. I think he lost like 100. I think he lost 100 pounds or some shit.
Fuck.
Yeah, he lost it. He looks fucking great, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously I don't want to be bearer of bad news, but I'll be really interested to see if he can keep it off.
Of course.
Yeah.
Well, he's got 250 grand to help.
Yeah. Do you reckon that'd help though?
If you stayed with you would think you would invest some of that in keeping it off.
Yeah. I wonder. Because, you see people who like come into money that didn't
just fuck it up. Yeah.
Yeah. Like even, I saw something where this guy like won the lottery. It was like 10 mil and he was like broke and dealing drugs in like 3 years.
It's real high percentage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like way more often than not.
Is that just because they don't have like good money values?
Yeah. Yeah. So it just melt your brain, man.
So do you reckon if we won money,
yeah,
that wouldn't happen though?
I like to think so.
Yeah, because we would be like, goes into this bank account, your spendings account,
yeah.
go to this account.
I'll just put in my my weekly.
Yeah.
Do my weekly distribution. Just
I've already spent my jackpot money. I'm like 20% of it I get to just fucking buy whatever I want, and then 80% of it is to create more.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, just waiting for that day to come, Ben.
Yeah. No, to just go straight into my. What was your income this week on my budget spreadsheet?
Yeah.
Distribute it to. Definitely
Don't give it to anyone.
Definitely not.
Nah, surely you got to have a little bit. You can't just like, because people are like, well, just put it in a high interest savings account. Just live off the interest. Like,
fuck that. Yeah, I'm using some.
Fuck no, man. I'm going around the world, bro.
Yeah.
I'm buying a fucking supercar. Like, even if I crash it or I can sell it after a couple of months, like, you just got to get that itch out of you.
Yeah.
And then you have your, you buy your properties and you buy your Bitcoin and your gold and your silver.
Yeah.
You proud of me? Still haven't bought it in real life. I know. There's too much going on, Michael. Life's too hard at the moment. I need an au pair. I need my own PA.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this is just Q&A case study kind of type episode. So I've got an interesting question that I saw pop up online. I'm really interested to get your take on it because we've been a huge advocate of the enhanced games because of funsies.
Yeah.
But obviously there's like murky water in fitness because of there's substances, there's new supplements, there's new drugs coming out, and technically they're not banned by WADA yet.
Oh. So
would that be considered natty or not? So I saw a question I thought would be great for us to unpack. Do you think though these GLP drugs affect your natural status?
So that's Ozempic and stuff, right?
Yeah, so using like semaglutide, retatrutide, Ozempic. Because it's like, so it's not banned. So it's not banned by WADA.
Right, so you can take it for natural bodybuilding.
So obviously it created, so I went through the comments and I was like, I'll be really interested to see what everyone thinks. The general consensus from what I saw in the comments was that you are considered not natty. Generally, from what I've seen, it's the administration which most people like kind of identify with like not natty status. So if you use a pin or a needle or something along those lines, like then that's the reason. Yeah. And then like 2 or 3 people in there were just like,
so you get 9 infusion, you're not natty anymore.
Yeah, well, and it's like,
and it's so dumb.
And then like the other side was like, well, it's not banned yet, so
yeah,
why would it push the not natty status if they haven't going to ban it right now?
I'm very what's the word that I would use for this?
Progressive.
Yeah, I have a very different stance on this. Almost like I'm disappointed in you across the entire population around this topic, because it's like So if we keep it to fitness, but then we can go beyond that.
Mm.
Inside fitness is like, I take nothing, bro. Like,
Yeah.
creatine, that's it.
Yeah.
And it's just it's a badge of honor to be like, everything else is cheating.
But
And
creatine's, but even then, it's like,
yeah, where's the line?
what's so creatine's chemically made, and
Yeah.
because you drink it, it's like, what if you had to inject your creatine?
Yeah. So, and that, like, the way that it's delivered, that makes no sense. But there's a group that hang their pride on natural.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's a really big status symbol, and like,
Yeah.
like I own this and I'm really proud of it. And if you're better than me, it's probably because you're not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you if you cut any corners, like, you're a loser.
Correct.
You're beneath me.
Yeah. It's like, I work so hard to look worse than you, so fuck you.
Yeah. and then the ones that do look amazing just like struck the genetic lottery.
Correct. Yeah. So there's that group. Then there's the group which is very, very small, that embrace it. It's just like, this group isn't small. There's a group of people that are just kind of like, do whatever you want, man.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna, or I'm gonna. I don't really care what other people do or say or think or whatever.
Yeah.
And then down the other end, you obviously have the pro, like, yeah, let's fucking juice the world.
Enhance gains, enhance life.
It's like putting Commodore V8s in everything. Just do it.
Yeah.
So, in terms of my position, I think every professional athlete, not every, a way higher percentage of professional athletes than the general public are willing to admit are not natural, with lots of bunny ears. Even to like AFL.
Yeah, we saw that.
And
it all came out just because some dude ratted someone out. And then,
even with that, it's like, okay, so that doctor came from the most dominant team of a fucking decade.
Yeah.
And no one said shit.
And they technically didn't really get in trouble. They just got in trouble because the AFL felt like they had to punish
do
them.
something. Yeah.
But technically it wasn't illegal because they were, at the time, the substance wasn't banned.
Correct.
Yeah.
So it just looked bad.
It's just a PR.
Which,
it was all
again,
PR.
that's like, that's what it bothers me.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're so stupid.
Yeah.
Respectfully. But you really think that,
it's like,
take the AFL, these dudes are going to go play between 22 and 28
and kill each other.
games a year, get fucking hammered.
Yeah.
Every single time that they go out on the field, and have what I think a rookie contract's $200,000 through to, I don't know what I'm old. Like, Buddy Franklin got $1 million a year, and that was a big deal.
Yeah.
Now sure it's like 1.5, right?
Some dude in the Bulldogs, he's got a mullet.
Of course he does.
Yeah. He apparently makes lots of money. I don't know his name. Yeah, sure.
So, like,
1.5. I'd say.
Yeah, say a contract's 1.5.
Yeah.
And you're not.
Yeah, you're not.
Whatever peptide growth hormone, steroid,
yeah.
you can get your fucking hands on.
Even look at the NBA. Like, there's no way someone at 6'8" can play 82 games a year.
Yeah,
especially in the way the NBA is played now.
Yeah,
which is like super quick, you know.
And then the stats around them all growing.
Yeah,
like, I was 21 and I grew 2 inches. Like,
yeah,
okay,
yeah. Sure,
like, sure you did.
Yeah.
So I'm very much of the opinion that natty sport is tested sport, not natural.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And I think I don't know, I think I lean towards like, the rules are the rules. If you pass the rules,
yeah,
good to go.
It's funny. So I agree, and I just had the contradictions are crazy because you can use caffeine, you can use yimbine, you can use nicotine. Like, there's things that you can use to accelerate or help manage the side effects of being in a deficit. Like, those things won't enhance the fat burning capacity much, but they'll just inadvertently like kind of help you get through the day and manage your hunger. So then I was like, well, if you use all those, like, what's the difference? Like, if they go and ban nicotine tomorrow, cool, don't use it no more. Yeah, you know, like, it's fine.
Exactly.
So why can't you go and use the GLP-1? But then at a personal level, I've got 4-5 people in prep right now.
Yeah.
And if they came to me and said, oh, hey, coach, I'm thinking about we should do this, I honestly would say no.
Yeah.
Like, I honest to God would.
Morality's real grey there, hey?
Yeah, because I'm like, I have this, like,
Yeah.
this tug of, this internal tug of war where, like, if we're competing in the IFBB, I'm like, fucking have at it, king. Like, let's go. Yeah, like...
Yeah, I've had a couple of girls in the last 6 months, whether it's injury or other stuff, that have been like,
yeah,
can we... And it's like, it's going to pass. You can piss in a cup and be fine. But it's...
Morally.
But it's not... You're not supposed to.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. Even to, like, go back tested now. Like...
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah,
Like,
I've seen, you know, like those tests that try and prove your natural status.
Yep.
So,
right. Okay.
Yeah. But I just...
I just don't know what it means.
The more I dug into it, though, the more it kind of was like, you have to get ongoing testing to prove your natural...
Yeah.
So, like, getting one test doesn't show much.
Yep.
It's just like, if you get tested every 6 months for the next 5 years...
It has a profile. And,
they're like, hang on, like, there was this period where, you know...
yeah.
Because, yeah, like, I think it's 5 years you have to not use to compete naturally.
So...
But I'm like, how do they know it's been 4 years and 364 days? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. So there's two things that I'll ask that are hard questions. One, it's not banned.
Yeah.
But you feel it's immoral. Ozempic for bodybuilding competitions. Yes or no, client asks.
No. I wouldn't. Yeah, which is crazy.
Yeah. So that answers the next one. It's like, if it is banned but non-detectable.
Oh, absolutely not.
You're definitely not.
I've had people who have consulted with me and they're like, yeah, I want to compete. And they've previously used PEDs. And I'm like, how long? Like 18 months. And I'm like, you'll either have to, you know, be quote unquote natural in an untested federation. Yeah. Or you'll have to wait the 5 years. Yeah. As much as I'm not. Yeah. Like, they could not tell me, but that's not on me anymore.
Yeah. If you know.
But like, I would just, There's like rules I've got. Yeah, you got your moral compass. Yeah, so I've got a moral compass, and I'm like, if you deviate from that, I don't give a fuck how much you pay me. Like, I'm not doing it. Yeah.
That's interesting, because I'm the same, but when I think about the Olympics,
I get it.
Go for it.
I know.
It's so weird.
And we've been mentored by people whose job is to beat the test.
Correct. Yeah.
And they make fucking heaps of money.
Yeah. Novak Djokovic just got a nutritionist, though. Went from fucking 80th to first in 2 years.
Yeah.
Like, it's just
nutrition.
Started eating protein, bro.
Yeah, probably got on the old modafinil.
Fuck it out.
I reckon they'd take something like that, man. Yeah. Just to, like, you know, the cognitive enhancement. 100%. It's the way you can return a fucking serve that's like 200 kilometers an hour or whatever miles an hour.
The said mentors theory was that test had a coordination effect too. Yeah. Like, helped golfers.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah. 100%. Yeah. It's like somewhat receptive to the nervous system.
So I think the pressure then is on the governing body.
I think the pressure is on the feds to push it to WADA, because like, I don't think WADA would be like that interested in like natural bodybuilding. No disrespect.
Yeah, but it applies to any weight sport, which is a lot of the Olympics is.
Absolutely.
Which a lot of like even UFC and all that kind of shit is like
true. Yeah, well, it's on them to kind of just push it through, and they're probably waiting and doing their testing. It just takes time, like, you know, for them to go, you know, this is, you know, whatever it is. Because what it'll do though is that we'll eliminate a large population of people, because there's, you know, it's like the most used drug in the world right now. Yeah. So this is the conundrum that probably people don't understand. So let's say I had said metabolic disease, whatever, and I needed to lose 100 kilos, and I needed to do it quickly. And there's been scenarios, I've even had people that I know, like relatives, where they've had like a brain condition, and if they lose weight, the brain condition subsides, and then they can have the surgery and all of that shit, right? Yeah. So they had the lap band thing. Yeah. Probably this day and age, they would have done the semaglutide first, and then possibly that, right? Yeah. So you lose all that, and life's good. I want to compete in said sport. I want to go and do jiu-jitsu. I want to pursue bodybuilding. Yeah. But I don't want to take steroids. Yeah. No, you're not allowed to compete naturally.
Yeah.
Okay, so what am I going to do if I want to compete? It's not fair.
Yeah.
It's not fair if I stand up next to someone natural, so I'm going to take gear.
Yeah.
So you've now been coerced into a decision that you weren't ever going to make in the past just because you took a weight loss drug because you were medically assigned to do. And I think that, like, sure, you know, people are going to sit there with the pushback and go, how often is that going to happen? And it's like, well, there's a lot of fucking people on planet Earth, and there's a lot of people using GLP drugs right now. So I think there's a little bit of that too. Like, they have that responsibility. So it's not as simple as being like, stop. It's not as simple as being like, just stop. Like, you're not allowed to have it anymore. It's like the carry-on effect is huge.
The 5-year thing's really weird. If it was a substance that's not banned, I don't think the 5 years should apply.
Yeah, I don't think it is.
Yeah.
I think it's like if you did a cycle of sauce, it's like you can't compete naturally for 5 years.
Yeah.
I just don't understand where they can detect that after like the clearance period.
Yeah. Can they? Or is it just like a...
I asked ChatGPT and it said after a certain time, depending on the compound, you can't.
Well, yeah.
So then I'm like, well, then I was like, well, then it have to be ongoing. The testing would have to be. So if you're a pro athlete,
I feel like that's just...
You would have to get ongoing testing to keep your pro status, right?
Yeah.
So maybe that's what it is. Because, and like, I'm fucking all for that.
Like Ricky Gerard got popped in CrossFit, he got a 2-year ban, came back.
Yeah, no. Oh, yeah, I don't... The ramifications are nothing. Like,
so that's not 5 years.
Yeah, and it's like, the other crazy thing, though, is like, if you do that, you could just compete somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like...
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and you just, like, keep training.
Yeah.
And then you just come back and you're good.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know.
I think it's wild that... we talking about anything else?
Well, I got heaps. So the only other thing I was going to add to this is like, because I did like ethics and sport and philosophy and shit at university, and like they were talking about like they said the reason why like these drugs are an issue is because it's not fair. Then they're like, well, how far does fair go? Yeah. Because like, what if you're poor? What if you live in a third world country and then you've got like John, who has a hyperbaric chamber, and he's been given the silver spoon, and he's got the best. You know, it's
what is fair?
Yeah, so like it's like what's fair? Yeah, like how do you differentiate that? Is it like, oh no, it's just that's dangerous. So it also does like gives you the enhancement, but it's like there's all this other shit that gives you enhancement that's okay as well. Wild when you can go into a deep rabbit hole on it.
I struggle with just the drugs in sport idea in general. Especially with Australian sport, I got real like disenfranchised with it. Yeah. That kid got popped, did coke, was cut with clen, and he got a year. Yeah. So the coke's fine.
Yeah, because you got to get popped 3 times.
Maybe.
Well, depending on who you are.
7 times, we'll just move you to Sydney and pay you $1 million a year.
Depends who you are.
And then have this renowned story of you doing the fucking LeBron clap with coke in Perth. But anyway. Yeah. So that's fine.
Yeah, but the clean's
and
not.
Accepted. And we all know you go to the 2 or 3 nightclubs that all do the same shit. But unfortunately, there was some with some clen in it and you got a year. Yeah. That I really struggle with that.
Yeah. I do too. Yeah, it's a never-ending debate, I feel like. It's just going to have...
But I'm also on the same team when someone's like, you should be a role model. I'm like, there's a 22-year-old kid that makes $500,000 a year.
Yeah, well, come on, man. Yeah.
You kidding?
Yeah, I agree.
Get better role models.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, so taking a different path. Question.
We've done so well to be valuable for the last 6 weeks. I hope you've enjoyed the banter today, team.
Yeah, absolutely. I felt like you and I needed it. So what's the worst decision that you've ever made that affected your gym progress?
Ooh.
Yeah. Hey, stop that.
Worst? It's hard because you're going to say boxing.
Yeah.
But I don't agree fully for myself because I've really enjoyed it.
Yeah, the boxing I did to lose weight because I got fat for my nose, like post ACL surgery. But then I did it for too long. Like I should have just gone back to getting jacked. Yeah, because I would have made 18 more months of progress.
Biggest mistake.
I could also say another thing, but leaning on from what we just spoke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sooner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only other thing from boxing I would say is like got too caught up in the
Fighting.
the tempo work. Got too caught up in like just having a million intensifiers when I should have just like because I came from a strength and conditioning background.
Yeah.
Because a university graduate, just letting everyone know. I'm an exercise scientist, I should say. Yeah, because I was like, get strong, lift heavy, fucking, you got your prime movements, the compounds and shit, and then I learned tempo and drop sets and that, and then I should have kind of gone back to like, you just lift heavy, progressively overload, and here we are. Like, because I think I took too long. There's too many years or months trying to feel the muscle rather than just loading the muscle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep boxing in.
Yeah.
I think the sprint thing I did that was like post-retirement. I did the 100 meter sprint.
You've done a lot of shit.
I don't even.
Yeah.
I did the 100 meter sprint, which was good, and that got me out of powerlifting. I should have, as soon as the day I tested that, I wish I went to physique training.
Yeah.
But I went and did a 5K in half strong and
lost your way.
Like, yeah. Ended up running around a fucking mountain in the cold.
Yeah. Oh. Well, the next question is, what's your best decision?
Best decision was powerlifting.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. I don't have a best decision.
If I could do it again, it's hard. It's hard. It's easy looking back that I would have gone to bodybuilding in lockdown. Like I should have stopped then because what I did to myself was not worth it, but I would have left it unfinished.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I understand.
So,
the best decision I reckon I did was when I just kind of removed the everybody has to train like this mentality.
Mm-hmm.
So, like we watched the DVDs, we watched the Jay Cutlers, the Ronnie Coleman's, the Branch Warrens, like Generation Iron, all that. So you were like, this is how it has to be done.
Yeah.
So we had to do these specific exercises and we had to train 4 sets of, 15 to 20 for everything. So as soon as I kind of just sat back and it was like, we were building our model for training and I was like, obviously had to map it out from start to finish. And I was like, even before that, like, why do this, like, I do this movement all the time and it doesn't make my back bigger, or I do this all the time and it doesn't make my shoulders bigger. So I think like once I realized that you have to learn how to train a certain way for you, my progress just got infinitely better. And I got injured a lot less. Like, we always talk about little niggles and shit, but like, I'm not like, I listened to a guy the other day, torn bicep, torn this, hip replacement, and I'm like, you're 10 years older than me. Like, I don't have any of that shit. Like, I've got a little grade 1, tear in my pec, which you can't even see. And I had bursitis in my shoulder.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
There's been nothing else. Like, I haven't had any major, like, I had an ACL surgery from soccer. But yeah, I'm just like, maybe that's because, like, I didn't try and push a square peg in a round hole all the time.
Yeah.
I didn't have these, like, hard and fast rules of, like, this is how you train. Like, I got foundational rules where I'm like, you gotta be strong and but then like, as we always talk about, like, you'll get to a point where you're like, these are the 5 movements that work well for me. And I've got clients now where I'm like, this is the rotation we have for your quads. This is the rotation we have for this. Like, which one are we picking? We kind of just run it.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe I guess that's probably it.
Yeah. Writing out the programming from start to finish, like building my strength programming model is probably one of the best things I did.
Yeah, I agree.
For my own progress.
Yeah, I agree. So I know we got a lot of recording, but I still want to give this bit actually has the value in it.
All right.
So
stayed here for this long.
We'll just try and
39 minutes in.
So I have a case study.
Okay, cool.
So I thought that'd be cool. So training 5 days a week, tracking my macros, but I can't seem to see any notable progress in my shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
Feel like I've plateaued, second guessing everything I'm doing in my training at the moment. What should I do?
Okay.
I have all of the answers here if you want me to go through.
No. Let me have a go first.
All right. So I have been prepared.
Obviously, I would start with reviewing training technique for the shoulders.
Yeah.
Make sure you're actually putting yourself in positions you need to for your morphology to make sure you're actually training the shoulder the way that you would want to. So technique would be first.
Yep.
Program assessment would be second.
Mm-hmm.
Volume frequency directed at the shoulders.
Yep.
Then overall program. Are you actually creating an environment that you can recover from?
Yep.
Then you would need to consider recovery. Are you eating enough? Are you sleeping enough? Are you hydrated enough? Do you have the support there to actually build muscle?
Mm-hmm.
That's probably...
Yeah, absolutely.
Get much further than
that. It's pretty much everything I got here. So the only thing I would add to that is like what shoulder development do you need? So if you're looking at someone, it's like very rarely is someone going to need like
more
anterior anterior deltoid. Like if anything, like that could be potentially part of the reason why the rest of your shoulders aren't kind of growing. Side, most people need that kind of capped delt, not always, and then rear delt is a big one as well.
Guilty.
So then what it does is gives us a clue of what they're missing in their training or how they're moving. Yeah. So then, getting an idea of just like their technique, filming their sets in the gym, assessing them. Like even not just us looking at the technique, if that person was to consult with us, getting them to assess their technique like set to set in the gym. Yeah. So you don't have to wait a week to... So like every time one of my guys sends through like a technique video, I'm like, this is what you need to look for. Yeah. Like I'm not just saying to them like, drop your hips and, externally rotate this or think about doing this. I'm like, we're here. We want this and this to be in this position and you want this to be here. And if there's a good rep, like you're showing them why it's a good rep. Yeah. So I'm like, when you film your sets, look at this. Yeah. Like I think that would go a long way to helping everybody. Yeah. But yeah, like everything else, like calculate the total work. So it's like, if you're doing too much and because like most people, it's like the immediate response to this isn't growing is do more. Yeah. So if you do more and it doesn't work, it's like, well, you're not hitting the bullseye. Like you can throw 100 darts at a dartboard and it's like, if you're not hitting the bullseye, like it doesn't matter. You've got to, bring it back and refine everything and then build it back up again. So yeah. And you kind of mentioned evaluate your intensity, look at your technique, order your recovery. The recovery thing, I think if nothing else is improving, so let's just say my quads are getting bigger, but my delts aren't. It's like, I don't know if your overall... That's training. I don't know if your sleep and your protein and calorie status and stuff needs to be addressed. I think like maybe your training split does and like your recoverability of your delts potentially. Yeah. And you would see that in like a decrease in training performance and those types of things as well. So there's a couple of things for that person to kind of go down the chain and assess. So there you go. All right, we'll wrap it up there. So as always, guys, thank you for watching. Don't forget to follow, sub, like, share, depending on what platform you're on. If you are interested in either Transformer or one-to-one coaching, head to the website, and we will see you for another episode.